Okay, so this video is going to be more uncomfortable than your last colonoscopy, okay? We're going to take a look at Juraj Slafkovsky's 3 games in the NHL so far, and I know, I'm aware, it's a small sample size, but it's worth taking a look at. I'm not going to say, that I think that this kid is going to be a flop or anything like that, but I just don't know if he belongs in the NHL right now, especially in his current position on the team. Right now, our boy is playing on a line with Christian Dvorak and Brendan Gallagher. Do I think it's working? No, I don't. They've been as dry as bread out there. Slafkovsky's not getting any power play time at all, even on that horrendous second unit that they've been running. And at this point, I don't even know if this is helping him along right now or not. There's definitely arguments to be made from both sides of the spectrum, but for me, after watching him all preseason long and now the few games that he played during the regular season, I'm beginning to think that letting this guy marinate like a prime rib down in Laval could be what's best for his development at this point. But hey, what does a newfie know about a Slovakian anyway, right? Nothing. So let's go ahead and take a look at his work so far, okay? I've got all his stats here from each game, and his very first game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, in my opinion, was the best of the 3, okay? This is the game where we really saw some good stuff from Slafkovsky. He was drawing penalties, looking dangerous in the O-zone, and at his own end of the rink, he didn't look too shabby either. Look at this, even stepping up defensively on Austin Matthews at one point. He looked pretty good, even though he only played a little over 10 minutes during that one. He might not have registered a point, but at least he was average, okay? You weren't complaining about him after game 1, which is good. Then we move on to the god-awful game number 2 against the Detroit Red Wings, same line mates, and he doesn't even get 9 minutes time on ice. And other than being aggressive on the forecheck, he was pretty invisible during this one. He finished the game as a -2. Now, you could argue that the whole team looked like a dumpster fire that night, and you're absolutely right. But my point that I'm trying to make here is not necessarily that Slafkovsky alone was bad, but more so just how he's being used is bad. I don't think this line as a trio is working right now, and the longer that it keeps going on, I don't expect different results. So on to game number 3 we go, and this was the most recent loss, okay? This is the most recent sting against the Washington Capitals, and lo and behold, look whose ice time went up. To a whopping 12 minutes and 41 seconds. He would have a glorious opportunity in front of the net during the first period. My God, look at this. He was giving breast milk on this one, and he just grazed the post, okay? He was close, but as the saying goes, not close enough. And from this point forward in the game, he didn't really have a whole lot going on. Look at that. No hits, no blocks, no nothing. Which is exactly why we could have a little bit of a shaky situation on our hands if something doesn't change. Okay, something has got to give. Either Marty decides to, mix things up a little bit. God, put him on the second line, a line with Doc and Monahan or something. Give him a little sniff of some power play time, let him park his big arse in front of the net. Because they got to get this kid going somehow. Because as time goes on, it's getting more and more clear that playing him on a line with Gallagher and whole wheat bread Dvorak is just not the answer. And if that's what the master plan is, to just keep riding him on the third line, giving him minimal minutes, then I don't really know what he's even doing here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with letting poor old Slafkovsky go play in Laval. He could be a star down there. They got a wicked team. It wouldn't be nearly as depressing of an atmosphere, if you know what I mean. You're going from a team that's going absolutely nowhere fast this season to a team like Laval that could go all the way this year. You put him down there, insert him into the top 6, and just let him marinate. Let him marinate for a bit. I don't know, but I think that this could be a winning scenario at this point. It also makes less of a traffic jam in the Canadiens lineup themselves, opens up another spot, and hopefully, some of the goofballs on this team that have expiring contracts can actually produce enough so that during the trade deadline they get moved for picks and prospects. Then the Canadiens draft Bedard, Slafkovsky slides into the top 6, and they go on to win the Stanley Cup for the next 9 years straight. It's simple. But anyway guys, that does it for this video. Don't forget to leave me a nice little comment and let me know what you think of the way Slafkovsky is being utilized so far. Don't forget to throw granola bars at the like button on the way out of here, and hey, I'll see you next time.